just going to check the temperature inside the filter house. Give my little paraffin heater on and shut the door, keep the heat in. About 14 degrees. So that little glow on that has kept that up 10 degrees in here. Just a little, it's going to warm everything up now we're in here. It just stops everything from getting damp, stops any condensation in here. Quarter to 11 on my old TikTok. Hey. Just to let you know how the little heater's working in my filter house. Okay then, it's the 4th of December. Temperatures have dropped low. My water's 4.4 degrees. Outside temperature is reading 8. Fish are all doing okay. Gold is actually using that pectoral fin. Ginger's dorsal fin's looking a lot better. I normally treat them once a week now, but because of the temperatures, I had a conversation with Dave Black Country Koi bloke yesterday. He's advised me to leave them alone and don't stress them out now because of the weather changes. I have got a problem with one fish, which you've seen on a previous video, keeps lying on his side. I have done scrapes, can't find nothing at all whatsoever. So obviously you can't treat if you can't find nothing. I don't know whether it's the change in the temperature. It is a fish that I've grew from a small fry myself. I've had it about 6 years. So it had the first winter it's had. If I'm just slowly bring it over here now, you won't know Ginger. The fish I'm talking about is right by his tail. You can see him there, he's still lays his bird on the side. I've lost him. Where's he gone? There he is. So I really don't know what the problem is. I've lost the last fish I lost, which I thought I'd lost that one as well. Dave asked me to check the gills, and the gills are more perfectly fine. So I really don't know what's causing that problem. I've got to clean my filter out because it's the K1's floating to the top of my lid. The other job I've got to do, the dreaded green filter. As you know, I've had nothing but problems with since the day I bought it, and still having problems. My little pump that I run my waterfall with, that's been running absolutely fine there, that sucked the fish up. As you know, I made a little cage for over that to stop that happening again. That's decided to pack up. But talking to Dave yesterday, he said what it might be, because it's a 1,000 litre pump, the water pressure out the top of the filter running down might be stopping the pump from working. So I've got to clean my filter out today. I met up with Pete, West Brom Koi, Dave. I went over to Rob Walker's yesterday, had a good chin wag and a catch up. As always, I've got my little greenhouse paraffin heater that I keep in my filter house on low, just to keep that freezing cold and damp out my filter house. I've had a 1500 pump off Pete, West Brom Koi. If you are in West Brom Koi or Dave Black Country Koi, get over to their channels, both great guys. And if you want any fish or anything like that, go over to Rob Walker's Koi. So what I've got to do today, I've got to clean my filter out and get that pump set up on that. And I've got to be honest with you, it's absolutely freezing cold. So I'll try and get that pump up and running, see what happens with that. You don't need to see me clean my filter out, you've all seen that before. So I'll get the pump up and running, take the cover off the filter, and then I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, I was on the live show Thursday night. GKP, Gaz's Koi Pond, Dazzy's Koi Farm, and Mick, the producer. I was asking for a 1,000 litre pump. I thought I needed a 10,000. As you can see by that filter there, I'm hoping as the bacteria will build up in the jack matting and the brushes that are under the cover, and the whole idea of this is just to keep them plants hopefully over the winter. So I want 10,000 rushing through it, just a nice steady flow. I've got that pump up and running now. That's 1,500 litres. It's just a circulation to stop that water going stagnant and hopefully help the bacteria build up in that filter until I get winter out of the way, and then I'll get a 10,000 pump running it properly, and then the plants can hopefully go back in the pond. As you can see, my missus bought me one of them floating plant holders. The first one was all smashed. They sent me another one, and the company refunded us the money for the inconvenience, because that one is a little bit damaged but it's usable, so just a few marks and that was all. So I've had that for free. So for all the people that was on Gaz's live, GKP, get over there, let's get this bloke up to 1,000 subscribers for Christmas. That'll be absolutely brilliant, because the 3 lads do a cracking job. Absolutely brilliant. They're well deserved as well. So that's up and running now. That's how I got the 1,001 running. Speaking to Dave, he seems to think that the weight of the water from there was, the back pressure down to there was to the pump, was stopping the pump from working. I'm not really sure. Gear tappy comes on, works for about half an hour or so, and then stops. I've had to take the plug off that one because I've had a pump off Pete, West Brom Koi. I've rigged that up now, so a little bit more, chatting bubbles, a little bit more water running through, and obviously a little bit more circulation as well. Back over to my filter house now to clean the second flush. What I've decided to do, as you can see, just a nice steady flow, just to stop the water going stagnant. Like I said, the way the sheet was, it was flat on top of my plants, which I'm all very happy about. Sorry about the camera work, I'm just trying to... Now what I've decided to do, make a pyramid, and I've used the old sink plunger. So hopefully now, any snow or rain, because they forecast it next week, it'll rather than squash my plant there. Obviously now the water's in, the plants have come up higher up, and my sheet was flattening the plant, so I'm hoping as you can see I've got some more around the bushes there. I'm hoping the water circulating that now will help the bacteria in this filter. So I've got the old 5-foot plunger on the go. I'm quite happy with that. And what I've done is, sorry about the camera work, I nearly went in the pool, just using them to clip it on. Sound as a pound, that. There you go. I'm quite pleased with that. A little bit of a flow coming at the bottom, just what I wanted. I did have an air down in the green filter to keep the water moving while I sorted the pump out. Twisted's invention is there. Well, not his invention, but his creation, I suppose. I've just got to reconnect the house to that, because I put a splitter in it to run the green filter. So once I put that back on, that'll be flowing a lot better as well. And then obviously that's coming out my filter with a good flow on that. And the fish, even though they're cold, I'm just still moving about. Whether you just noticed that fish again lying on his side, he just got up The fish have moved, so he's moved. I really don't know what to do. Weather's too cold to put any treatments in. I can't find nothing on the scrape, so you can see him there now. He's just starting to tip over again. He's up and about, he's right in the middle. A little red blemish on the side of his cheek there. As soon as he settles down, he goes to his side again. There you go. I don't know if you can catch that there. The eyes upright again, just see me moving. You can just see him starting to tipple over. Reflection. Sorry about the camera work, I'm trying to get at that reflection. I can't catch it. Everywhere I move, the reflection's following me. So, anyway. Apart from that one fish, they all seem to be swimming about okay. See Goldie there swimming about. Ginger. Flesh is looking nice and clean on top of the back. I'll keep an eye on it. That fish is just over there by Goldie, just looked like he's done a little bit of a flash on the bottom. There's hardly any slime coming off him, so you can't get the best of scrapes. There he is now, you can just see him now, just tipping over. Yeah, he's back up again now. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Kelpie's pyramid filter. It's a proper Bobby Dazzler. Just thought I'd pop up the garden and check on my pyramid filter. Seems to be doing the job. Thankfully the water's still running through the filter. Fish are moving about slightly. Since the temperatures have dropped, that fish I had that was lying on its side, he's in between the two orange ones there. He's actually upright and moving about. But all the little ones, for some reason, I'm all in the shallow end together. Just have a look at the temperature. It's saying outside, I can't see it being that really, but it's saying it's Diana Ross. And for all you people who don't know who Diana Ross is, 3 degrees. Oh, Kelpie's gorgeous, in bubbles as always. Just thought I'd come up and just do a bit of a check. It's saying -1.1. That's in the filter itself. As you know, I've got an heater in here. Not as it's the greatest. It's meant to keep it warm, really. Just my little. I'll just shut that door. Just try and keep that bit of chill out. And it's keeping it 5 degrees in here, which I'm just trying to stop everything from freezing up. Still got the little thing blowing, not very high, which is doing something. I'll just flick it outside and show you what's going on with the pond. Turn that off a sec. Oh, lights out, all out. Now lighty, now lighty. As you can see, part of my pond's froze up. Fishing looking good, but not moving much at all, which you wouldn't expect them to if you don't feel like doing it yourself. Some of the water's frozen on, thankfully. What's happened is I've got scaffold netting over the top of mine, and that's held all the snow, so it's kept it off the pool. I know I'm quite shady, as you can tell. My pyramid filter, that's held up a treat. My pump I had off Pete, West Bronchi, that's still running. Bit of voice around the bottom of the pipe. Frost all round my floating lettuce I had off Dave, Black Country Koi bloke. Galdi was just swimming about a little bit. Just been talking to Dave, Black Country Koi bloke. Fish are moving around a little bit. And Galdi's actually been using that peck again today, so I had her out now, it's been about 2 weeks. Just keeping an eye on her, making sure that I know visible signs of anything nasty. It's supposed to be warming up the weekend. So what I'll do is I'll see how the weather is really. But I might get her out just to check her. And see what happens. If it looks alright, just put her back in. What can I say? You all know I had nothing but trouble with my green filter. My pyramid's been making a treat. I've just come out this morning, I've just had to turn the pump off. You can see by the icicles and the water around the outside, it's actually emptying in my pool. It looks like it's dropped about 10 inches. And just be careful folks, because as you can see, my float switch wouldn't have worked anyway, because it's actually froze to the liner. So be very careful. As you can see, the splashes, like everybody else. I'm having a very bad cold spell at the moment. I'm quite sheltered where my pool is really. I've got my fence in there, my snooker room there, filter house there, as you all know. I've just got that little bit there that's uncovered. Then I've got the fence that side and back round to the snooker room again. So it is quite sheltered. And I've showed you before, the scaffold netting I've got above there, that holds everything so it don't drop on the water. But old Vince's, handy bit of work, look, still working a treat. You can tell how much water I've lost. As you can see there folks, how white is out the water. You can actually see the water is actually overflowing out of the black pipe there out the top. Look, I've just turned it on just to show you. I'm going to turn it back off now. You can see the water overflowing the filter. I just hope it froze my plants. That's what it's been doing all morning. I'll switch it off now anyway. The fish are all down there. It's supposed to be getting warm the weekend. It's Friday today anyway, so it's absolutely pouring out my filter now. I've just took the cover off the old pyramid filter from where I was trying to look after my plants. As you can see, even under cover, it's that cold. It's froze the water all around my plants. Absolutely gutted. I was really hoping that'd help out. Never mind, it's one of them things. As you can see through the pipe there, it's trying to breathe. You can see there, it's actually frozen inside there as well. But, I'll try and clean a bit of that up now. See what I can do. That's all me pipe work lagged. I've used bubble wrap for years. As you know, I changed my pipe work earlier on. And I bother lagging it. I put a bit of lagging over there, a bit round there. The main pipe, the inlet, or the outlet, the one that goes into the water, the big black pipe, that had froze, that's why it was overflowing. I've took the plants out because they'd actually froze. I put them in the pond. My pyramid filter day work the way I was hoping. As you can tell, it's all froze. I'm just going to put my hose pipe on to top the water back up. And even though I've took the cap off, you've seen all chatting bubbles. You've all seen lagging before. I've had this polystyrene cap over the top of that. All the pipes all lagged anyway, but that tap is solid. Even these, well, they're entertaining because they're plastic. That one's working, that one ain't working, that one's working a little bit. I've always left them open so there's no water in here, so I can't understand how them are froze. So I can't even top the hose up, can't even top the pond up. So my thoughts am now, do I? I've got the pump actually running in the pyramid filter. The top of me sink plunger broke, so I've been trying to get it out with my net. But look at my net, even that's gone stiff. That's just ice, it's just stuck to off the fence. Even the net's gone stiff, and all I've done is put it in the water down there to try and get the top of me plunger. The top broke off, I just cut it down and put that little red cap on the top. The water is filling up now. I'm just worried about the ice that's in the filter coming back through the outlet there and blocking it back up again. It's supposed to be getting warmer, like I say. It's Friday, but I'd rather just leave the cover, pyramid cover. The plants still seem to be okay, look. Don't know how, but they still seem to be okay. That was just, it looks bad on top of the plants there, but you can actually pick that off with your fingers. I thought I might as well just leave them in the pool there, because you can tell part of that where the air stone is froze anyway. I think they had a better chance in the open, to be honest. I really thought as that cover would protect them. So I think it was -9, I think it was this morning. So have you got to expect it? Insulated it all now. Put some around there, put a bit of bubble wrap around that junction there, I think, at the bottom. And that's about it for today. Like I say, I've got that running. Any minute now it should start flowing back into the pool. I'm more concerned about the fact that I have got the ice off, like everybody else. It's froze around the tank. I'm just worried about that cracking. You can actually see, even now, even though I've cleaned all that out, it's in there already. It's just a little bit that's, as you can see in there, look, it's a bit that's in there, and it's now trying to put a net on because obviously the net will freeze over. So while I'm up the garden just putting my tools away, I'm going to let that run. Look, I top my pond up. I am worried about the liner, to be honest with you. It's one of them cheap liners that come out. I have actually took the ice from around the edge as much as I can to take the weight off the liner. The last thing I want is the liner to crack. And I can't see no way of chopping it up now. Here's Goldie swimming about, or he's swimming about. Vince's bit of workmanship there, look, running. You can actually see how much the pond's gone down. But anyway, chatting bubbles now. That's running now as it was. Like I say, I'll keep an eye on it. You can see, look at that. I'm just worried about that all dropping down the pipe. Oh dear, that's cold. That's going to drop down that pipe, freeze again, like that little bit that was in, and block again. So I'm going to put the cover back over it. Just keep an eye on it for a few hours. I just thought I'd flick you back on. Warning, look. Now the thing is now, if I'd have gone away, even just for a few days, there's no way that would have turned my pump off. So if you think of giving away and you've got one of them on, float switch, that's all it took. If you think that's a safety precaution, it may be in the summer, but when you need it the most in the winter, it'll let you down if you eat it. So be very careful. Here's our kid flying over the top again. I've just come over to put the cover on. See the water level? That's well over the top of the outlet. So I've got a feeling this part here is filling up. In fact it has, I can feel it inside there. Just that piece of pipe there, I've just actually broke it out of there. It's absolutely full. Here, look at that. Sorry about the camera right then, look how that's flushing out there now. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to turn it off. All I've done is just put a few things away. Come back over here to check on it. And that's started to block up already, and that's got the insulation on it. And it's even inside there again, it started freezing there already. Yep, it's blocked in there already. I'm going to turn it off, I can't risk leaving that on. It's a shame because that's got a good flow on it as well. For a 1500 litre pump. But I can't risk that overflowing. Especially overnight. Hear that glugging in there. And instead of that going down, look, it should be halfway down, or just, whether you can see that, that should be halfway down. It's just full of ice inside there. I am going to put the cover over it just to try and keep the frost off. I've still got a few plants in there I've had off. There, Black Country Koi bloke. Just give him a bit of a chance anyway. I broke that off earlier on when I started videoing, and it's already starting to mat together. And I'll be honest with you, I don't feel that cold. As always, cupcakes. I've been Copy, you've been brilliant, and I'll catch you on the next one.